Good evening, and welcome to Meet the Teacher Night. So this year, of course, is a little bit different because of the pandemic, so we're meeting remotely, but I hope to cover all the information here that you need for your student. So let me start right away. Um, in this, I'll talk about the class and what the class is about. So we're in chemistry. So I'm the chemistry teacher. My name is Mr. Hayes. And when we're meeting in person, I am in Sonderling 2503. This is an outline of the course. So this is just a handful of the topics that we'll be covering this year for students to learn. And of course, remember this class has a regents at the end of the year. Students are expected to be in class every day. And this, of course, means as well when they're on hybrid learning. So if it's a gold day and students are a green student, they're still supposed to log into class every day. They're supposed to pay attention in class, complete all their work and their classwork and lab work and homework, and then to come to extra help when needed. So this is pretty straightforward. When we're doing remote learning, as we are now, students are expected to log in and join the team meeting every single day. So we have a team meeting every day if school's in session, and it meets during regular class time. So this week we're on the remote schedule. And students are supposed to be logging in, and that's in fact where I actually take the class attendance at the meeting. So if students log in, they're being marked present for the day. And students are expected to check the post and the assignment tab each day. And I'll come back to that later. But that tells the student what they're doing for the day. The team's star page, when a student logs in to the class, this is what they'll see in the team's in the team's star page. So this is chemistry, periods 1 and 2. The post, this is the general page you're taken to. This has all the information on it. The files tab, class notebook, and assignment tab. I'll come back to these later and explain what information you can find here. But this is what the student should be logging into every day. Now, I also teach general chemistry, but we'll focus on Regents chemistry for now because that's what this class is about. So homework is given 2 to 3 times a week. Students always have Castle Learning homeworks online due on Wednesdays and Fridays. So it's usually 15 to 20 questions. So I usually post these on a Sunday, and they have until Wednesday and then Friday to complete them. And then we generally have 2 labs a week, and those labs are usually due by the end Friday. Depending on the labs, some of them can be done right away the next day, but I always give the students a little extra time on the labs to complete the data and get the work done. Test, quiz, and exams. So each week I'm giving some kind of a quiz. Exams are generally given at the end of a unit, and I generally announce those. So I'll make an announcement that we have an exam for the following week. So I usually announce those a week in advance. So at the end of each unit. And Regents chemistry classes also take quarterly and midterm exams. So just to be prepared for that. At the end of the year, there'll be a final exam in the class, and also Regent students will take the Regents exam. Now, in order to take the Regents exam, students must have 1,200 minutes of lab experience. That's a state requirement that they complete these labs. So that generally works out to about 30 labs for the year. So this is why labs are important, that students turn them in. If a student does not have their labs turned in, they cannot take the Regents exam. So Regents chemistry, this is the grading breakdown. So exams count for 40% of the grade. So that is a big chunk of the grade. But again, we're trying to get students ready to take this Regents exam. So this is why we put such heavy emphasis on the exams. Quizzes are 10%. Classwork and homework is 20%. Labs are 20%. And again, they have to have that lab component in order to be qualified to take the Regents. And then participation, basically just showing up every day and doing the work that's required, is 10%. All right, resources and extra help. I have extra help when we're in school. I have extra help every Thursday after school. But I also have school extra help in the mornings before school. So if students arrive early to school and they need to come and make up a lab, they can come early and make up a lab. Study hall periods. can also be used for extra help if the student wants to come for extra help during their study hall. For remote learning, we have extra help every day via Teams. So if students having a problem, they can always contact me through Teams chat, and I'll help them. And then we also, for the online resources, we have the Teams. We have online programs like Castle Learning. I'll be using Edpuzzle this year. So there's a bunch of online resources for students to view and to work with to help them in their understanding of chemistry. All right, contact information. So I can be reached by phone or email. So here's the phone number. If you call the phone number, you'll get the front office and they'll take a message. And but I won't get that message usually till the next day. So it'll take me a full day to get back to you. A quicker way to get in touch with me is to email me. If you send me an email, I generally get back to you within that day. You could also use your child's Teams, and you could send me a chat through the Teams, and I'll respond to that right away. Or the district this year is using Parent Square. This is a very quick way of getting in touch with me. It essentially sends me a chat right to my phone, and I generally get back to you definitely within that day. So that's a really great way to get in touch with me. So let me show you. Let's go into Parent Square just to show you what's available on Parent Square. Now, Parent Square is an incredible program. It has a lot of information on it about what's going on in the district. So here is the post, the general announcement page, and this will actually, any announcements the district's making, like for example, they're offering a program here to help fill out the FAFSA form, different announcements they make. There's a calendar and different events that are coming up that you can keep track of. You can look through and you can click on the calendar here, and this shows you the whole month, all the different things that are coming up. You can send a message to me. You click on messages and click on new message, and you can send a message to me very quickly. You can even translate into different languages. So if your primary language is Spanish, you can type it in Spanish and then translate it to English so I can get it. If I send you a message, you can also translate it into Spanish if it makes it more helpful for you to understand it. So this is a great great resource, Parent Square. And as I said, if you send me a message to Parent Square, it will go to my phone, and I generally get back to you usually within that day. All right. Let me take you to the Teams now and show you what your child will see. So when your child logs into Teams, this is the viewpoint that they see. This is their homepage, and this is the post. So the post is essentially announcements that I send out, telling students of different things that are happening. All the assignments are listed here. So when I give a student a new assignment, it goes to the post. So the students are notified that they have a new assignment due. The Files tab is where I keep all the class notes. So students, even if they're absent, can go right to the class notes, and they can click on the notes for the unit, and all the notes are here. They can simply watch the notes. So even when a student is absent, they can keep up with the work. The class notebook is a digital notebook. So all the handouts I give students and all the assignments are also kept in the digital notebook. So again, if a student is absent, they can click on any section of the notebook, and it will list all the assignments that are here. So students can simply click on it, and they have copies of all the assignments I'm giving. So all the assignments I'm giving are listed here in the class notebook. The assignments tab lists all the assignments I've given students. It gives due dates for it. For example, this assignment here is a lab. That's the name of the lab, and it's due on the 30th at 11:59 p.m. So this will actually tell students what they're supposed to be turning in. So you can actually log on for your child. You can actually log on to their team, and you can look through this and see what assignments they're supposed to be doing. And then finally, the grades. You can click on the student's grade here. Now, this lists all my students, but this would list just your student. And you can look through the different assignments. You could see the due dates, and you could see if they were turned in, if they got some points for it or whatever. So that's a great resource. So to just see if the student, your child's actually doing the work, You could check there very simply. You could also go on to eSchool and look up their grades and their attendance in eSchool through the parent portal. So you have a lot of resources at your fingertips to keep track of your student and the work that they are doing. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I hope that was helpful. That was a sort of a broad overview of everything that the class has and all the resources available to you. Once again, if you have any questions about any of that, please feel free to contact me. And again, my name is Mr. Hayes, and have a good evening. Thank you.